merchant discount rate. The UPSC has already asked a question on the merchant discount rate in 2018, 2018 or 17. In the case of like when you swipe your card to at a POS machine, this is a POS machine. This is the XYZ company credit card. Okay, and this is the XYZ bank which are issuing this credit card. XYZ bank. Let's take an example. This is the SBI bank. SBI bank is issuing the MasterCard. Okay, other type is the Visa, Maestro, and the Rupee card. These are the type of company which are making the card. These are the banking system, any bank which can issue these cards. And this is the POS machine, which the shopkeeper is having. There are the three entities which are involved in the merchant discount rate. When you are going to buy something, like you are going to buy a trouser to some mall there, and you are paying through the credit card. You are making a transaction of 2,000 rupee. 2,000 rupee will be deducted from your bank account or your credit card you are using. But this shopkeeper will get 1,960 rupee. Instead of the 2,000 rupee, this shopkeeper will get the 1,960 rupee. Means that 2% charged by the bank is the MDR, merchant discount rate, for a transaction you are making through the cards. Means the bank will charge a 2% of the discount rate. Discount rate means they will charge extra amount on your transactions to making an online payment through the cards. So that's why the initially before the UPI, the shopkeeper will not accepting they are not accepting the card because they are charging a 2% of the charge there to the shopkeeper. So here the three entities are involved. Number one entity, shopkeeper. Number two entity, this card company, and number three entity, this bank. Bank are charging some of the amounts. These company taking some of the commissions, and they're charging on the shopkeeper. There is no charge on the customer. And some of the cases before the 2017 or 2018, before the UPI came, if you're buying a mobile phone of 30,000, the shopkeeper will say, if you're paying through the card, we will charge 2% extra. We are visiting any shop, we are paying 5,000, 6,000 rupee. They're asking they will charge a 2% extra because that 2% was the MDR. But the shopkeeper need to pay, but they're charging to the customer if you're paying through the cards. So that's why the MDR, merchant discount rate. The question can be formed on the merchant discount rate. How many entities are involved in the merchant discount rate? Most of you will be marked the bank and the shopkeeper. But there is also the card issuing company. There are the 5 card issuing company: MasterCard, Visa, Maestro, and the Rupee. So merchant discount rate also varies according to these company. Like the American Express. American Express merchant discount rate is 3.5%. So the shopkeeper are not accepting the American Express at all. And the Visa and the Maestro is having a 2%. Rupee is some kind of 1.5%. So that's why if the MDR is very high, the acceptance of the card will be less in the economy. So the government will come up with the solution of the UPI. So they are not charging a transaction on the UPI. That's why the transaction on the UPI is increasing spontaneously. They are increasing multiple times within a short span of the time. That's what one of the reason. Because the merchant are accepting the UPI because they are getting the instant money in their account, and they're also getting a verifying message: you received this much amount of the money in the bank account, and without any giving charge to the banking system. So that's why the most of the payment system in the India is successful because of they are not charging any transaction charge to the shopkeeper. So this is about the merchant discount rate. So there are some of the fact. Merchant discount rate providing a debit card and the credit card. It's also, we can say, the MDR is not only applicable to the credit card, it's also applicable to the debit card also. Okay? It's applicable to the debit card also, depending on the condition of the banks. The merchant must be set up this service with the bank and agree to rate prior accepting debit card and as a payment. So before the UPI, there was a very less merchant, those who are having the POS machine. Even on the petrol pump, they are asking for the cash at that time. Now they are giving pay through the UPI, pay through the cards, because the charges are less now. The rates are dependent on the business transaction being processed and the type of the cards. So the rate is decided as per the debit card and the credit card. Debit card charge the less rate, and where the credit card is charging the higher rates. So this is the important information in the MDR. The transaction gets distributed among 3 stakeholders: the bank that enable the transaction, the vendor that install the POS machine, and the card network providers such as Visa, Rupee, and the Maestro. So these are 3 entities which are including in the MDR rate. Recently, one is the news about the UPI charging. UPI charge. So I'll tell you also about that. In the case of the UPI charge, like a sum of the UPI transaction to the merchant, some of the UPI transaction will carry the charge. No. In that case, if you're buying a gift card, if you are buying a gift card through the UPI, like the gift card, you're buying the Flipkart gift card, Amazon gift e-voucher, or the any other gift card through the UPI, that it will attract 1.5% of the transaction amount. So these were the recently mentioned in the news that UPI should be the paid of the sum of the charges. But the finance ministry and the RBI clarified that there will be a no charge on the basis of the customer to the merchant transaction. But here we are not doing the customer to the merchant transaction. We will use this gift card on the third platform. So this, they are charging the money for this gift card. Earlier, the gift card option was not available on the UPI. Now it's also available on the UPI.